Wolfbox sent me their portable air compressor, so today I'm gonna test this out in my dad's work van. But first, let me do a quick unboxing of this. All right, so inside, yeah, we're just gonna get this pouch and the box. That's everything that comes in here. So I do like the fact that it does come with this carrying case, and this is actually pretty big. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff in here, and we got the logo, the handle, and that's about it for that. And I just dropped this baggie, and this is gonna have 2 air nozzles and a fuse. And some other stuff we're gonna have in here is gonna be the user manual, the hose, a car adapter, followed by a USB-C to USB-C charger. And now finally the air compressor itself. So this thing is actually bigger than I thought. So there it is. This is basically a big battery, and it's pretty cool. You can see the electronics through it. Now this is going to deliver up to 150 PSI and up to 58 liters per minute. Now taking a look on the top side, there's going to be a few things. One is going to be the port to charge it, the other one for the nozzle, and what appears to be an emergency light. Now on the front side, we got the big screen followed by 5 different buttons. And then at the bottom, there's just going to be some additional info. So right here you can see the model, the airflow, 58 liters per minute, capacity 43.2 watts, the USB input, and some other stuff. And then we're also gonna have the USB-C port, and that's gonna be to charge it. So now to turn this on, you just have to hold the button in the center for a few seconds. And there it is. So here we see 0 and 2.5 bar. Now if I wanna change the unit, just press PSI and change this to kPa, kilograms per centimeter squared, and then finally PSI, and I'm just going to leave it at PSI for now. And you can increase it or decrease it, and you can get pretty precise. As you can see, instead of going from 36 to 37, it goes to 36 to 36.1, and so on and so forth. And this goes all the way up to 150. Now holding the PSI button for a few seconds is actually going to turn on the light up top, as you see. So this light this light looks kind of faint. It doesn't look like it has a lot of power, but it's enough to be able to see probably at night, so you can at least open the valve. And then let me press it. All right, that goes to like an SOS mode. Press it again, and it turns back steady, and yeah, that's all the modes it has. And to turn this off, just hold it for another 2 seconds, and there, it turns right off. And now let me press the M button. Okay, so this is just gonna manually adjust through the different settings. So for example, for car, it has it set at 36 PSI. For a bike, a motorcycle, 34 PSI. For a bicycle, 30. And then for a basketball, 8. And taking a look at the corner, we have the battery life. So it's currently at about 50%. So hopefully this is enough to inflate the tires. And to know how much pressure your tires need, just open up the front door. And then right on the side, there should be a sticker, and you'll find how much you need. So for the front, recommends 55 PSI or 379 kPa. And then for the rear, 517 kPa or 75 PSI. All right, so I'm gonna start with the front tire. So just loosen the cap up and then make sure not to lose this. I'll put it somewhere right here in plain sight. And now the nozzle can be connected to the inflator itself. And we're gonna be using this thread, the thread that says caution hot. This will thread right in here. And then just make sure it's nice and secure, just like so. And then the other side for here. Here we can see the current pressure is 48.5. So I'm going to increase it at the bottom all the way to 55. And if I hold it, it goes a lot quicker. So to get from 48.4 to 55, we're going to need 6.6 PSI increase. So let's see how long that takes. So I'll start the timer, but first, let me just press the button and it'll start. Right, so it took about 1 minute and 50 seconds to get to 55 PSI. All right, now let's take a closer look at the air compressor, and we could see, yeah, that took a lot of juice out of it. So Right now, it's gonna need some charging because the battery is currently blinking on and off. So let me go charge this and then check back on it. So it's been nearly 2 hours and this is fully charged, so time to go back outside with this. All right, so now time for the other tire in the front. And this one's gonna require 55 PSI as well. And this is currently at 56.6, so this is actually overinflated. So let me decrease it a little bit by opening this up. And there, now it's at 54.9, so that's good enough. Now let's go to the back tires. So the back tire is currently at 33.2 PSI, but I'm just gonna fill it up to 55. So this is gonna be 21.8 PSI, and let's see how long it takes to get to this. All right, so this took about 5.5 minutes to fully pump to 55 PSI. And as you can see, battery's at about half. So now let me go on the other side and do the same thing to see if it still lasts. So this last rear tire is actually gonna be much higher at 67.1 PSI. So I don't wanna increase this any further. So I'm actually gonna go back to the previous rear tire and increase it to the same pressure as this, hopefully before the battery runs out. So I can't reach 67.1 PSI on the car mode, so I do have to switch the mode right here. So when nothing's showing, this will freely let me go up to 150 PSI. All right, and this took 3 minutes and 51 seconds to get to 67.1. And just like in the beginning, when we first test this out, the battery is very low, so I have to charge it again. And here you can see it's blinking on and off. So that's about the max that this can do. So overall, I'd say this tire inflator worked pretty well. I was able to inflate 6.6 PSI on this tire, another 20 or so PSI on the other tire. But yeah, that's a quick look at this. And then one more thing, I want to show you how the light looks like. So just holding the PSI button for a few seconds and it'll start to glow. And when I go inside the truck, here you can see this is what the light looks like here. Again, it's a very faint light. One thing I wish this Wolfbox Tire Inflator had would be like a percentage over here. So it'd be nice to see what percent I'm currently at. Instead, it just shows me the 4 bars and this blinking on and off. So I don't really know how much juice is left in this, but I know I definitely can't inflate another tire, but I probably have enough juice to inflate something like maybe a bicycle tire or just a quick basketball. Oh yeah, that's a quick look at the Wolfbox Tire Inflator.